I
and
respect
she immediately
that.
just
Sometimes
goes,
in life,
no. And they stood up and walked to the pilot, and then I was off the plane 25 seconds later.
you know.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
What timing? I didn't even do this on purpose, but it makes it all the more dramatic. It's Owen's final day at Barstool Sports. Literally in here with the box full of shit, ready to walk out of the building. One last
What
thing,
did you
though.
take? Like, what did you need to bring in? Everyone
had-
here has a desk full of trash.
Yeah, I had
it's
just
garbage.
an outrageous amount of framed pictures for some reason.
Did
Like-
you?
like
Yeah.
family frame
It's
pictures?
all just like framed pictures of
Did
my
you have a
friends
desk that
and
you had
stuff.
pictures on?
Yeah,
Get out of town,
It was
dude.
upstairs, but I never used it. I
Wait, you
never
had a
sat
desk
at
upstairs?
it. Yeah,
What?
I just had a desk upstairs with 30 framed pictures of my friends and family.
Everyone just thought
Everybody
it
else
was an
looked
memorial
at
for some kid who died who they
Yeah.
didn't know.
Did you come in one day being like, I'm gonna like put up pictures of my mom,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
family,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and then you never did it.
Yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
You have
I
to be
wish
the
you
only
did.
person at Barstool Sports who had that desk.
yeah, probably.
That's such
How many people who
that's
walk
like
by
a
that desk-
Stephen Che move. That's not an Owen move.
It was outrageous.
That is so fucking funny, man.
How many people who you think walked by that desk every day knew who you were? Like, they were just like, what the fuck?
11%.
And were you just surrounded by other business people?
No, it ended up
There's
being
some content
social people
Okay.
around there.
Oh yeah, I mean, socials up there. That makes more sense. That makes
I
more
forgot
sense.
social was up there. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Upstairs became this place of like, upstairs.
Right.
It's like by the short bus. You know? Kids are retarded or something. He's on the third floor. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's good timing on your way out. Because you got this unbelievable opportunity now that.
Also, KFC Radio, what got me into Barstool?
So that is my. I guess I'll call it a regret. It's not like a regret. It's just my biggest like miss. I didn't know that until like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
And I got, I think you told me, you DM'd me something, or I finally you DM'd me something and I saw it, and I scroll up, and from like years ago was a DM from you. And because when you start, I didn't know that. So you started, and unfortunately, for better or worse, something I'm trying to hopefully change here eventually, like at Barstool, when you're in one camp, you're just like not in another, and it's kind of, everybody sticks to themselves. And so I was just like, oh, Owen's on the yak. And then I find out that it was like originally a KFC Radio thing, and I just didn't fucking know.
Not even like camps. I think it's just so hard. Everybody's just working so hard for like
really
each
are.
person they're producing for that.
Which is a good
like,
thing.
You
But I
throw the
also-
retweets to the side, but it's like you're really pushing whoever you're working for. It's hard, but
I'm like,
but yeah.
fucking A, what a. I mean, I would have bounced one of these bozos out of here in a second. Jackie, pack your bags. But yeah, so how did that? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How much do you love KFC Radio? When
This
did
is turning
that
into
start?
the first episode of the Dave Portnoy show.
Yes.
No. Was it? No, not Dave Portnoy show.
No, it was, yeah.
No, it wasn't
Yes.
called the Dave Portnoy show. It's called Dave Portnoy show
Oh,
now.
it's called the Podfather.
The Podfather, where
Jack
it was
Eichel on.
Jack Eichel, and it was, dude, I remember
And
this.
Jack
It
Eichel was like it at the time.
Jack
it was like
Eichel-
when he
it
first
was-
got drafted.
I think he was like
like
the first overall pick. Like he had, I don't think he'd played a game for the Sabres yet. I think he just like he was in the first overall. Maybe it was in the middle of his rookie year. I forget exact timing. And we were still at the Milton office, and I was sitting at the bottom of the steps, and I heard like the start of the interview. I heard the whole interview. And it was just the whole time Dave being like, so how much do you love Barstool? And I could be like, it's great, man. He'd be like, yeah, but like,
tell me about that.
how much do you love me? And like it was like I don't know if those interviews are still up, if that feed's still up.
That's amazing.
But the
Words.
first episode of the Podfather is whatever the fuck, Blogfather, whatever the fuck it was called, was just Dave asking Michael how much he loves him. It was unbelievable.
How old were you?
So I was a sophomore in high school. And I started working a summer job, and you guys must have been doing it for like a year already. It was probably 2014.
Yeah.
And so I got to just listen to like 150 in a row at work that summer.
So you probably, I don't know if you kept up listening, but you heard all.
I'm gonna guess.
Oh yeah, no, I've listened. I've listened to every episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Still?
Oh,
Are you
Asa,
fucking with me
everything.
now?
No, I swear to God.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's wild. And had I fucking seen that DM,
I know.
But
that's why this is one of my
things worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah, we'll see. But no, that's why this is one of my favorites. I feel like there's so many different eras of it,
I mean,
which makes it
where
like
do the cockroaches
the
go?
actual podcast. You know,
That's we'll be here with
Cockroaches is an understatement. They've tried to get rid of us a couple of times. Like,
be
nope,
here,
can't
brother.
kill me like that.
Very ironic considering it's you and me. You can't kill us. But so for people that I can at least say where you're going, right?
Yeah.
So Owen got a gig being the producer for the Tim Dillon Show, which
Not a big
is,
deal.
I mean,
Not a big
fucking
deal.
enormous deal. That I would say. It's been characterized as like it kind of fell out of the sky, but not really. Like these things happen for a reason, and like I mean, there was we were talking about doing. There's stuff that we're talking about doing, like bigger picture, behind the scenes stuff here, and I was talking to you about that, and fucking, So if I'm talking and Tim took notice, like, you were doing shit with Dan and the Yak, like, it happens.
So the three pretty big names to be reaching out to you.
It's a weird
combination
combination of everything. It was like complete luck and timing, but then there's also an aspect where I'm like, oh shit, I was working really hard on this for a couple of years, and like maybe I don't know, not manifesting's for sure gay, but I don't know. Something worked out.
I mean that is how it works. Like, you got to get lucky, but if you get lucky and you're not doing anything with it. Like,
it helps if when you got lucky, you happen to be prepared for it.
Right. Right. That's the old corny. What is it? When success meets preparation, it equals opportunity. It's one of those fucking posters.
I promise you, I don't know about any of that shit. I had posters of Patrick Waugh when I was in 4th grade.
Really?
And I wrote.
Well, nobody had those posters. It was like put up in school. If you had one of those motivational posters in your house, kill yourself.
Dude, with like the sailboat that just says it in sans serif.
Yes.
Mine were motivational posters, but they were regular posters that I turned into motivational posters, which is they actually weren't. They actually weren't.
Write on them?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You had a Patrick Waugh poster and you would write a motivational quote on it?
Every single poster.
Kill yourself.
That wasn't a motivational quote. I guess it was. Yeah. I didn't use it for motivation. So when I was in middle school, Drew Bledsoe, who was the Patriots quarterback at the time, came to Morton Middle School in Fall River, Massachusetts, and he stood on stage and he was talking about his, rise to fame and how he got to who he was and blah, blah, blah.
No idea he was about to get
And he told a story about how when he was a kid, he was so dedicated that he wrote on every poster in his childhood bedroom,
"Oh God, and you
I will be in the NFL one day."
Oh no!
Right? And so I went home.
Such a bad thing to tell the kids.
So I went home and I wrote, "I will be in the NHL one day" on every single one of my posters. And then
good for you for switching it to NHL. I thought you were going to be writing NFL.
I knew where I was going to go.
All right.
And then I just got in bed and I was like, now I just wait. I thought that was it. I was like,
years,
done deal,
this
baby.
is
10
it.
years, I'm going to be drafted by the Bruins. It's going to be sick.
No, but I mean, you made it a point, I feel like, to be like very involved in the comedy world, and you knew your shit about comics. You were, as crazy as it sounds, just like being out there. I feel like in the comedy world, like just going to the clubs and being around people, and you grab a beer with somebody afterwards, or you just like quickly get an intro or whatever it may be, and that it's such a like incestual and tight knit.
Yeah,
like,
that was another thing. I didn't realize I had been networking, but like me and Michael Greer were just like stationary groupies for for the traveling comics coming through New York. We would just be there like 4th row every time. It's like, and then they're like, all right.
these guys fucking love me.
Yeah. Decent guys.
What was how old are you now?
23.
23.
I'm turning 24 like this weekend.
Oh,
fucking happy birthday,
why'd you have to look
bro.
at your phone for that?
I was checking what time it was.
Like, were you gonna say like your exact birth time? Like, turn 24 in like an hour 15, I think.
What was there? Was there? I want to say like, was there a plan B? But was this even a plan A, or did this all just like how did it all come about? Even like
no, I mean my plan A was Barstool,
like all of it. Yeah, like yeah.
Shit, no, not at all. So I was a finance major,
okay,
and I just like loved Barstool, and just consumed all your shit. And I was like, oh, that's so fun that they do that. And then pandemic hits. There's no jobs for like anybody, including I graduated 2020.
Perfect.
So yeah,
That-
so I was
I
home.
mean, start here until 2020.
No,
It feels.
I think
So-
it feels like 5 years.
I
guess.
agree. Yeah. Well, the pandemic fucks with everybody's timeline a little bit.
But also just I think like your presence, like you're
Yeah.
around a lot. You were very,
Right.
very. I mean, I liked you. I hung out with you,
Thank
so
you.
like that makes it a little more like
I
I would
would've
spend time with
guessed.
you outside of work.
Yeah, I
but
would have guessed much earlier than that.
but so I graduated, and since there was no jobs for finance, there was like no rush to get one.
Right.
So I had like kind of this window to prove myself to Barstool and get hired
sure,
here
for
before I had to like go try and
Yeah,
get
it's
that
kind of
finance
actually,
job.
I was about to say you got fucked if you graduated then, and in many, many, many ways you did. But if you look at it like that,
I don't think so.
where it's-
I think like we got an insane opportunity.
that's what I'm saying.
100%.
If you looked at it as like, this will be here, well, like maybe, hopefully, it will be here when everything comes back, and then I'll do what I planned. But in the meantime, it's like a flag on the play, like throw it deep. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
No,
might
I
as
mean,
well give it a shot.
for-
Good analogy, right?
Yeah.
Kevin, look at
Very-
you doing sports and
very
stuff.
good.
Barstool Sports. But yeah, you might as well take it.
No, yeah, for a million reasons, COVID like fucking ruled. For me. It was
I actually think
awesome.
it's up to 1,100,000 now.
Yeah,
I say it all the time. If it wasn't for the widespread mass scale death, the pandemic was sick.
oh, 10 out
loved
of
it.
10 would do again.
the beginning,
Oh,
I
watched
literally
The
get, like,
Wire
warm
for the
and
first
fuzzy.
time. I had never seen it. I had never gotten around to
Well,
it.
I did too, and I still didn't. I was like,
You didn't like it either?
I stopped after 2
Right?
Yeah, it was great.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
no,
you.
it was awesome, and
People
great
get so
looking.
mad if
Dude,
you
people get
say-
furious.
They get so mad. People get mad at me on the internet about a lot of stuff.
I think
and
for
that's
its
still
time,
the
it was
top.
probably
And that's
just like the
problem.
only
It's like-
thing that had ever shot it that way, and it
Right.
was like,
Rewatching it now, it's like, oh, all right.
My
It's
dad
like,
would beg me and my brother to come finish like season 1. I'm not gonna that's the whole
Yeah, you
show.
couldn't even-
Like we got like 4 episodes in, and me and my brother like we're gonna go watch TV in the other room.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. Like let's like come on.
And I want to like it.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
not like
yeah.
I'm going into
That
it being
wasn't my
like-
first time
yeah,
trying.
Yeah.
That was I probably tried 3 times.
Because
I only
like
got on
I don't
season
like the two. Everybody gets upset. I don't like The Sopranos. I don't like The Wire.
Sopranos
The-
is good.
Sopranos, I don't. I know I am not gonna like. I'm
You just
not,
don't like Italians.
I don't like Italians. I really don't. I'm not into the mob shit as much as like the rest of the world is. So I knew that was never gonna be my thing. The Wire, those shows I like. The fucking one with John Bernthal, I liked, and that's
Yeah,
what The
that
Wire
one was
fucking
cool, too.
is.
Wheel in
Yeah.
the City was
But
fucking
whatever they did that everybody else seems to like is just not for me. But there was a time where I was like afraid to say that. Like I was like,
There was a time you were afraid to say something.
well, no, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I'm never obviously with my big mouth, but
Kevin,
the
Kevin's
things
walks out
that
with a bullhorn going, "Fuck the Godfather."
that's what I mean. There's like the things that I've been most afraid to say are silly things. I wish I was the opposite, to be honest. I wish I was spouting off about TV more, and rather than some of the horrendously offensive shit I
I'm
have
trying to
said.
think
But-
the present day. I don't like The Wire would be just I voted for Trump or something. I don't even know the equivalent.
Get a red hat that says, "I don't like the Wire."
Yeah, best of both fucking worlds, right there. So that's cool though. So you like also though Barstool was like not Barstool at the time. You're not. It's not like you were really able to come into an office and do all the shit that we were doing. So you were what? Like let me just help out.
Yeah,
remotely?
So I was a viceroy in college.
Got it.
You the PC Viceroy?
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go
Yeah.
the Friars.
By the way, I
not a
fucking-
good job of it.
I
but-
got an email from the whatever it's called now this morning. Because I was subscribed to the dunk email.
Yeah, now it's
chain.
like the fucking Link Insurance or some shit.
And I was like, as soon as I saw that, it's like I still want to know like game time and stuff like that. I unsubscribed.
Because of the name
Yeah.
change.
It's not a Dunkin' Donuts
Wow.
Center anymore.
If that's
I was
not a
like,
marketing research right there for you, don't fucking do it.
if they don't change it back, I'm gonna take like a single post grad course at Fairfield and consider myself a stag from here on out. Not calling it the dunk. Who are you?
You know what you guys got to
Who
do
do
is
you
go
think
glue
you are?
yourselves to the fucking floor like
Yeah.
those protesters.
Oh my God.
Throw some soup on it and be like, keep it the dunk.
Did you see the people that were arguing it's the perfect protest?
No, God.
Because they're like, it didn't harm anybody. It got all the. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Who
the,
knows?
the,
I'm
girl,
not an
the girl.
I'm not an artist in the protest world.
I
but-
saw
you
the
see that
aftermath
there are
of the
people-
girl.
There are people in England right now. Wait, I'm sorry, I interrupted you in the middle.
The girl was just like, we knew that it wasn't gonna harm the painting. We knew it was covered in glass. Like, that's the dirty little secret. These things are fucking protected.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't just touch the actual painting. You think they would just let humans like that
Yeah.
close, you morons? But the glue thing, I feel like it should be like, well, we're ripping you off then. Like, we're going to rip you off the ground. I don't know. Like, don't fucking glue
it would
yourself to our
stop me
shit.
from
Like,
doing it.
you're on, you're trespassing or whatever. We reserve the right, and I'm all for it. But I feel like it's like, well, they won't do that to us. Like,
The
well,
glue
You know
was
what? You know
wild.
what's a really quick way to stop this glue fad? Leave somebody with no palms.
See who did it? Who did it at Starbucks recently in New York? The Babe guy.
I wouldn't call him the Babe guy, but yes,
Who would you?
I would call
Dude
him.
with sign? Who?
The dude from Babe.
He's referencing the movie Babe with the pig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the pig.
I would. He's been in like 1,000 other movies.
1,000 movies. Yeah.
But Babe
bro.
is not it.
That'll do, pig.
He's in like he's got to be in.
Let me get one more of those.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. And then he shoots it in the fucking head.
I guess the fact that I
don't
can't.
remember the movie.
Dude, that's
I might
got
have
to
made
be
it
our
darker there.
suicide note.
James
That'll do,
Cromwell.
pig.
Bro, this guy.
Oh,
Okay, say
Yeah,
another one of
yeah,
the
I know. I was
movies
gonna
then.
say I'm proving myself. I can't name another
I don't
fucking
know,
movie.
No, he's a look. You look at him, you go, I know that guy.
Okay, let's. Oh. James Cromwell is an American actor and activist. Some of his best-known films include Babe. The first fucking one. God damn it.
No, I know. I know he's in many other.
He was in
things.
Secretariat, The Queen, The Artist, Jurassic World. That's probably what I most recently saw him. Jurassic
World.
Fallen
yeah.
Kingdom. He was like the bad guy. I think he was like fucking his daughter or some shit. Star Trek. But all right, you know what? This guy has not been in many good movies.
Yeah.
He's 6'7".
damn. He must have been the cock and balls in Secretariat.
Oh no, this is what I know him from. He is Logan Roy's brother in Succession, and that's where everyone most recently saw him.
I don't think I've seen
But
that.
that's
I
You haven't seen Succession?
I've seen like the first season.
you gotta watch it, bro. What do you mean? It's fucking greatest show on TV right now. All right, so anyway,
That's probably New Wire.
yeah, Succession.
Yeah.
That is the
That
New
if
Wire.
you don't
Everyone's-
get it,
everyone's
they're like, why
this
don't you
is
get it?
The greatest show
Yeah.
of all time. I was like, it's got like 2 seasons. Right?
pretty-
It's good,
it's pretty good. It's
but
fine.
like we got to see where it fucking goes. You know,
It's like
thought even the third
I don't
season
think it's
kinda-
a show. It's like reinventing the wheel. Like,
No.
billions already exist.
right? I was gonna say this is just like mogul talk, really.
Right.
You know, so it's pandemic. You're Viceroy, and you what happened?
I interviewed here in February of 2020. Got denied like while I was in the building, which was funny. I thought it was funny. I interviewed on like the 3rd floor, and then by the time I was at the 2nd floor, I had like an email like, no thank you.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
From who
but-
who sent it? Do you think?
Dude, I think Katie Stats, but
Shut the fuck up.
we're good. We're good
She
now.
does go
We're
through
good now.
those.
We're good now.
That's
but
funny.
but she also introduced me to Jack McCarthy.
Okay.
And I met him and got in a meeting room with him and talked to him about the sports book, and that's how I ended up working for him like from home
Got
for
it.
those like 6 to 9 months
Dude,
before I
sometimes
came
that's what
in.
it's about. It's just getting
Yeah.
like one
'Cause
person. You know.
He was the head of like gambling social, and then Penn Deal blindsides everyone,
Right.
and all of a sudden he's the head of gambling social for a
real
gambling
fucking-
company.
Yeah.
So
Talk
he
about
needed
ass
like a
backwards.
lot
He
of
was
fucking
like,
hands
hell
on deck, and yeah, I also ended up becoming like best friends with him,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
which ruled and got the job. Well, after
Fuck
I got
Katie
the job.
Stats.
Yeah,
It is bizarre the
Um,
amount of people here who are successful who were fired at first.
Dude,
Yeah.
You,
I hate to be
Hank.
corny about it, but like that's an all timer where it's like I got fired. I got
I guess I
rejected
technically didn't get a job first.
before I left the building. You didn't. But like I got
Yeah.
rejected before I left the
Almo- it
building.
was
And
like-
look at me now is fucking awesome.
yeah. Looking back, almost like a brilliant move by Katie. Like just like
This will motivate him. This will motivate.
she was just like holding my forehead out while I was trying to run forward, and I was just like,
Work harder.
and it worked.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you actually? Wait, you read the email in the stairwell?
Oh yeah.
Oh no way, bro!
That's got to be demoralizing
That's
as fuck.
hard. And then what? Got to the Amtrak? Oh no, because you're from Long Island. I keep thinking you're from Providence.
Yeah. I was living in Providence, but I went back to Long Island for that. Also, I was in a suit, which was so dumb.
I never know.
But it's confusing.
I think it's I think it's a smart play because
Yeah.
it's like you can never be over. Oh, you can be overdressed, but like for the most part, you can't be overdressed.
Right.
But
You
also,
can be
like the job
underdressed.
listing was so vague that I was
You
like,
don't
I don't
say.
know what I'm going for. So
I mean,
suit up.
Barstool. I think we probably do it now, but like
No, now it's super specific.
Yeah, now it's like
because we have all
fucking corporate
departments and everything.
Yeah, but back then it was just like job. Do
Yeah.
you want? You know, we will pay. You
Yeah.
do stuff. This fucking place, man. That's funny though to think of you like coming in a suit and probably have one
I
of those
know.
like leather
Shaved.
folders
Across
with
from
nothing
Fasoli.
in it. Solely.
Yeah,
You were both waiting?
yeah.
Dude, that is fucking wild.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much: if I got a rejection letter as I'm walking out and I see Fasoli get one in, oh my god,
If I,
what the fuck? You kidding me?
I might. Well, no, I definitely wouldn't. But someone who's got more balls than me might turn around and go upstairs and give him a talking to. Like, you didn't think about it. Like, I'm still in the
Yeah, there's
building.
no way.
Yeah.
So, do you think you bombed? Did you or like? Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like always bomb. But, I think
That's
some
the name of the
people.
title, by the way. That was bomb.
Yeah, I think some people have learned that my bombing is charming. I don't
Yeah.
know. I hope. No, I
That's a
was
good
just
spot to
super
be in.
nervous, and I don't think. I was pitching myself like for the sportsbook role without knowing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was interviewing for the viceroy position, which like I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think
How
it
were
was
you
kind
pitching
of.
yourself for the sportsbook role? Like you were.
I think
checking
I was
your
just making
scores
I think
off?
I knew they had just gotten bought by Penn, so I kind of shifted my whole pitch to be kind of gambling focused.
Mhm. Smart.
And yeah, so it worked out
Still
and
is now.
didn't.
You
Yeah.
know, just come in and be like, I gamble.
Yeah.
You're like, you have a job.
Yeah. hmm
Do you know what a unit is? Welcome to Barstool Sports.
Do you? Can you It's so awkward. None of us know. It's this fugazi metric. The fuck?
I was talking to this guy recently. I was talking to this guy who basically he signed up for like a financial analyst version of Stu Feiner, basically.
Yeah.
Like we hit you with 2 picks, like very limited number of
Like
of
stocks,
pick-
you mean?
it was mostly like crypto, Bitcoin shit.
Okay.
But like we're gonna tell you when to buy it and when to sell it.
That's
and
fucking
and,
smart.
Like we're gonna get in and
To
out.
just dumb it down like
he's-
that, though.
Yeah, and you know, everybody's always making money and
Yeah.
all that shit. But he was showing me on his phone at least. I was like, these guys don't miss. And he was like, yeah. And he started describing it as picks. Like he was like, these analysts sell you picks. And I was like, you know, I know some other guys who do that.
Yeah.
They don't do it very well. Like it works, but it never works out.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things to watch from a distance. It's just like, wait, none of you guys are making money. But okay, whatever. Like, you'll all just keep betting whatever each other says. It's fucking wild. So
Yeah, everybody's doing the same thing.
Did you ever apply like directly here and we said no? Because I'll be upset.
To KFC?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
How would you have pitched yourself for this?
Oh, I think I showed John a notes app one time that I had written in like 2014. Well, I showed it to you like a couple years ago when we were out in Boston, but I was gonna bring you like your favorite lemon chicken that you were ranting and raving about
I
at the
remember
time.
that chicken. Yeah.
And
that chicken that I used to get at that spot on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, yeah,
that ranch
yeah.
chicken I ate like 1,000 days
Yeah,
in a
that
row.
was
It was so good.
that was a problem. How often you do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me, man. I'm doing it right now with chili. I've had chili like 6 nights in a row.
Oh, dude,
I had
bro.
tacos 48 nights in a row, I think, during the pandemic. or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
I'm
Like, it
fully
was,
just
like,
streaks.
whatever,
And then
because I
you
don't
beat
really-
it to the ground,
Yes,
and then you
and
get
then I
sick of
move
it,
on.
and then you'll
then-
grab it in like 11 months and be like, oh
Nah,
fuck,
man.
my favorite food.
Yes, and then I take a
forgot
bite
about
and I'm
you.
like, oh yeah, I forgot how good
Yeah.
this tastes.
I went to like an Irish pub yesterday to watch the Liverpool game, and it was like lunch hour, or like happy hour.
Also,
like
that
a-
whole saga was incredible to follow.
That was a lot.
I was also doing a no sleep thing.
Really?
So it was kind of like I was in it with you.
What does that mean? You just weren't sleeping?
Yeah.
Wait, you
I
you got a story to tell.
Yeah, I went to LA and then to Vegas and then like couldn't get into my hotel, so I slept in the sports book but couldn't fall asleep. So I was also just awake following you.
Dude.
And I was like, yeah.
It's funny to think that like
we're
all
both
around
awake.
The world. Yeah.
Couple of boys being boys. Sleeping in the sports book, stumbling drunk around London.
Mom said we could never.
They said I had to grow up.
But we were gonna have you on last week, and
Yes.
you texted me, "Sorry, can't do it. Getting kicked off an airplane." I was like,
Yeah.
come again?"
So you see these things like
Yeah.
the disposable like nicotine. I'm just like super addicted to them, which is like, ugh. what a lame thing.
It's like, let me take out my turquoise cup.
Yeah, no.
Totally, man, totally,
It just makes me look so bad all the time.
I'm such a nerd when it came to like cigarettes and stuff because I mean cigarettes look cool as fuck. I do get
Yeah.
that. But is that why? But that doesn't look cool.
No, it looks
Yeah.
the opposite.
So why did you start that? Or you started with cigarettes and you're trying to?
I
get
was
off them?
I was packing dip.
Got it.
And
That's
I
fucking gross,
switched to like Juul and this actually when I got this job because I was like, even though it's this job, I'm like, I'm not trying to show up to an office and be spitting.
Yeah. It's fucking disgusting what you animals do.
Yeah.
Did.
Yeah, you
Dude,
know.
I'm like a year and a half clean.
I know
now,
you
bro.
are. You are.
yeah,
the
God
fact
bless.
that people would just have like a bottle of brown spit and just sit there with
That's
it.
too much. I
And
was
then
doing it in the
sometimes it
pandemic,
spills and
but like
shit.
I'm working from my bedroom.
Yeah, that's
So
a
I
different
switched
story.
to like Juul and eventually this.
Dude, when
but
we
yeah,
first
you look
got here,
terrible.
we were just doing like full-on meetings like with other people, like with like we'd be with like Erica, but like there would also be like someone else like in an interview, and like me and Coley would have our feet up. With fucking,
Yeah.
What would you do if you worked here?
What are you guys fucking like cowboys from
no
the
one
West
ever
or something?
told us, like no one said no.
Yeah,
No one ever said
yeah.
don't do that.
Right.
So like, why not do it?
But
Okay.
you know, there should probably be a general understanding about human
100%
nature.
there
that we
should be,
shouldn't
dude. But guess what? I shouldn't have been in that fucking meeting to begin with. Should have been at my desk alone, dipping, writing a blog.
Yeah.
That is true. That
So unfortunately, I'm addicted to these fucking portable cocks. But so I sit in my seat, and it's the last row of the plane, second to last row of the plane. I'm on the window seat. The two to the left, center, and aisle are empty for now. I sit down, and I'm jamming my stuff in. And I turn, I sneak one of these, right?
no.
Just against the window. And as I'm turning to put it in, the two people are sitting down next to me. It's
Oh wait, it was like passengers that saw you?
yeah. Passengers.
Like narcs?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's a super are you still allowed to say overweight?
sure.
Okay. They were fat as fuck. But
And they have the audacity to get upset at you.
yeah, so they sat down.
Dude, they must. Dude, you should have been like, yo, it's not gonna get any better than me.
For
I
real.
know.
Like,
I'm the
for someone
best
sitting
fucking
next to you,
seatmate in the
right?
world.
Unfortunately, so the guy sits down next to me. He's a big fella. And so does the woman, and she's got a blanket on, and I can't tell if she's just big or if there's also a kid under
Baby.
there.
That's a bad spot to be in life if you can't
But-
tell if there's a human under a
Yeah,
blanket. or
but then
you're
he
fat.
sits down and immediately turns to me and says, "Are you really gonna smoke in front of my child?"
Oh, come
So then I was like, "Oh, so that is a baby," and I was like, "Oh God!" And I'm just breaking down. I'm like, "No, I didn't see you. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
come on,
putting this
man.
away." He calls over a stewardess.
Get the
And,
fuck out of here. And this is you're coming home from Vegas, or you're going?
No,
out?
I'm going to LA,
You're going to LA.
to go see Tim for the first time since I've got this job. He's supposed to pick me up.
No way. Dude,
He's
this
supposed
is out of a movie.
He's supposed to pick me up from the fucking airport, dude.
That's by the way, wild that Tim's still doing that.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that Tim
He
is
ended up-
retired from. I
Nah.
can't believe that. Yeah. Makes sense.
So the stewardess comes over and I'm just like, listen, take it.
yeah.
I got through security with it. I was putting it in my pocket and she was like, were you heading out? I was like, no, I didn't see them. Take it. And she's like, all right. And then I have headphones on. I'm not listening to anything.
You think you're clear? Or are you sitting there
Yeah,
like,
the
oh,
stewardess goes away, but I don't put my music back on because I'm listening to them talk.
yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Ended up not being smart.
No.
So they're just continuing to like kind of shit talk me. And also
So you got mouthy.
yeah.
Yeah. My man.
But also, I missed an important part. When they first sat down, they sat down by like barreling into me off my like arm rest to wipe everything down. So they wiped down the entire seat, aisle, ceilings, everywhere. They wiped everywhere down. So they're very concerned about the germs in the baby, rightfully so. But then I'm listening to them just complain about all that shit, cleanliness, and me, and they're like, I can't believe we have to sit next to him. And then I was like, maybe the iPad you're resting on the baby's temple isn't helping either.
No way.
And-
Yes.
Because she was watching TV on an iPad, rested on the baby on her stomach, and so I said maybe the iPad on the temple isn't helping
like,
either.
Like baby's head. I put the iPad here and I'm watching.
Yes.
Oh,
As they're cleaning,
despicable.
everything down with wipes. They're cleaning everything down with wipes. They're yelling at me for, to be fair, smoking in front of their child by accident.
even though
By
it's
accident,
a
though. It was a
vaping.
tiny vape, and I was facing the other way, and it was
Yeah.
done by the time they were settled in, and I was switching.
It's not
Whatever.
like you were like,
Right.
But yeah.
Open its mouth. Open its
maybe
mouth.
the iPad. Bring your shotgun.
Yeah.
But so after
Maybe
they
the
settle in
iPad
with
on the
wiping
temple
everything
doesn't work.
down and yelling at me, she settles in by resting her thing on the head, and I made a comment,
I
and she
respect that.
immediately just
Sometimes
goes,
in life-
no, and they stood up and walked to the pilot, and then I was off the plane 25 seconds later.
You know,
They were just like pushing me off, and I was like, but what? And
You see what they're doing to that baby back there? What the fuck?
I mean, I wonder if that's just because it's kind of two strikes. Like, all right, he was smoking and that, but it's like, I bet you could have like fought
Dude,
that.
where
and
I'm
had a
from, you get
problem.
3 strikes.
Yeah. Also,
I would
where
have
I'm from, those-
appreciated a full count.
Also, where I'm from, those aren't really strikes. It's like I feel like both of you are paying customers. You come back and you'd be like, all right, everyone stop being a dick to each
Yeah.
other,
Right.
or we'll move some seats or whatever to just get the boot.
Yeah, I was good with that being my last lick of the flight.
I mean,
Just ending on that and zoning in.
If you're gonna get kicked off a flight, get your pound of flesh.
Yeah.
I would have had no problem with that too. By the way, if you called me, I'm sure you were like, "Fuck, now I'm not gonna be there on time."
Yeah.
And in this world, if you called me and you were like, "I'm not gonna be there on time because I got kicked off a flight because I made fun of a fat bitch and her baby," I'd be like, "Cool."
Yeah.
You know,
I
salary.
made the
We'll
right
give you a
choice.
raise,
I made
you
the
know?
right choice.
Yeah.
So I never even got to like tell anybody my side of the story. They're just
Yeah.
like, you're off. They're like, she told the pilot that you called her a horrible mother.
I was gonna say that.
was like, well, I
what
didn't.
was relayed was probably
That's what
way
she
worse.
heard.
Yeah.
And you
not
know
what
what
I
that
said.
is? You know what that is? That's projection.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I shouldn't balance this fucking TV on my kids.
Maybe you don't need to imprint Succession episode 1 into the baby's brain. He'll be a fan. Just give him some time.
All right, if you're a person who even remotely knows how to spend money, it means you need money. And that means you need the Dave app. The Dave app can give you up to $500 right now when you sign up for an extra cash account. Didn't change locations. Maybe your dog got sick, right? And your dog needs an emergency surgery. Maybe you need a wedding present. Maybe you need just $500 for no reason whatsoever. That happens all the time. If I was like in college and I had access to the Dave app, I'd be rich right now. I would be absolutely rich right now because I would have invested all that money in smarter things other than overdraft fees. But the Dave app is going to take care of you. They're going to give you $500 whenever you need $500. Go to the App Store right now, get the Dave app, and get involved. That's the D-A-V-E Dave app right now in the App Store. You're welcome. D-A-V-E Dave app. Do you know what I learned on my flight to wherever the fuck I went? They're still smoking things, ashtrays in the bathrooms, even on like brand new planes, all that stuff. And I even learned why there are.
Why?
Because
Tell them, John.
they know people are
kinda
going to
smoke.
break the law.
So like,
And they'd rather have them put in there than throw it in the fucking trash.
It's like
Really?
condoms.
Yeah.
Being like, we know you're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Give the condoms to the kids. You know. What I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know? No, not condom.
Condom, what do you mean?
But at the same time, I do think if I went in there, I'd be like, oh, well, then it must be allowed.
Yeah.
Like, let me light up.
Which,
you know?
on the same subject, actually, the other thing I learned on the plane, so I had like one of those reclining seats, and they were like, if you happen to drop your phone and you can't find it, please call us. Don't recline. Because if you don't try and find it on your own. Don't recline. Like, look for it. Because you might hit the phone, break the battery, and then like that starts like a fire on the plane. They're like, call us. We will
get your
we'll
phone
get
for
your
you.
phone for you.
God damn.
That means some asshole somewhere one day blew up a plane because he dropped his phone.
We finally find out what happened
That would
at
be
the
something
Malaysian
happened to
flight.
me. Yeah.
Some dude
Some dude
reclined
dropped
his
his
seat
phone.
and fucking place went to hell.
Do you
But-
recline your chair?
Do I recline my chair on the plane?
Yeah.
I mean, this was like one of those like I have a leg rest. Like I'm a
Okay.
recline.
I was gonna say I don't get what you're talking about.
No,
like,
no.
just
This
going
was like
backwards. Got
this
it.
was not Coach.
Got it.
the-
Hell yeah. I've never sat on one of those. I want to do that.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun. I recommend it.
Yeah, I want to just do that.
Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
fly on that and then
It's like when
just
you
do
get a
loop
party
and come
bus.
back to
Yeah.
New
You're
York.
like, like, let's not
No,
go
we're
to the club.
good,
Like,
we're
let's
good.
fucking stay on this fucking
Yes,
thing.
Yes.
Which is like, is that a business? Because every
Just
time they're on a
drive
party
around.
bus, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like let's not go do what we're gonna do. Let's just stay
It's
on
not
this.
a bad idea.
It's so much
and
better.
Just drive around on the highway.
Doesn't even need to drive. Let's just sit in a parking lot.
Yeah.
On the bus.
The motion to
That does give it a little X factor.
whoa,
Yeah.
little
Drunk
fear in
girls
here.
falling
Yeah.
over and shit.
We might die. We should fuck.
But I was like just scrolling Instagram the other day, and do you know what it costs if you smoke on a plane?
It's probably like prohibitively expensive, right? To make sure you don't do it.
It's $10,000.
I was gonna say that.
Oh.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I would have been right.
But the reason I know this is I was just watching fucking it was a clip, a YMH clip of your mom's house, and they had Steve-O on, and he was telling a story about when he was on a plane, and this is wild, so I'm not gonna tell as well as Steve-O, but
Yeah.
it was he heard that you can't smoke. It's a federal offense to smoke in the bathroom, and he was so fucked up. He was like, "That's cool. Look, I'm not even gonna use the bathroom, so don't worry about it," and just fucking lit up a cigarette at his seat and was just smoking in his seat. Smoked 2 cigarettes and put them both out on his flesh.
Bro, what do you do if you're
And
on
was it a
plane?
loophole?
It was. He's like, I'm cool. Just hit me with a misdemeanor, man. And he said, turns out the whole plane's pretty federal.
There's your felony, man. There you go. That's.
But he said
fucking great.
he got off the plane and they were like when they landed they're just like he like left. But he got the $10,000 fine, but like there
Yeah.
wasn't any really
Any, like,
police
police or
interaction.
anything like
There's a level of rich I could be where there's a $10,000 cigarette.
Oh.
Dude,
Yeah.
how about this? When
Hell
do you think?
yeah.
When
Like,
do you think
when-
they
if
made
you
it
needed
illegal
it-
to smoke on planes?
How what?
When do you think they made it illegal to smoke on planes?
Ooh,
bet you
probably
it's
more
later than you
recent
think,
than
right?
I'd think. So 2000
No,
flat.
it's not 2000.
No.
2000 flat.
2000 flat.
I'll say early 90s.
I think it's late 80s in America, UK, and Australia, and then like 95 or 98 or something like that, like the rest of Europe.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
That's
Europe-
crazy.
Europe
late.
goes hard
To be on a
with
phone, like
smoking.
at that point, like we knew we were just recycling air.
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
knew cigarettes were bad for you in '95.
Bro, I mean, imagine getting off a plane. You must just be like,
just fucking covered in soot.
I don't like
Everyone comes
cigarettes,
out
but
looking
I
like
like,
a- like
I
a-
like the era. I like when the world smoked them. You know, I hate the smoke, but there was something about the world just being like, I don't know, man, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now everything's like caution, and it's like probably
That's gonna
safer
kill you.
and stuff.
We're all
but
dying,
it's
son.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of like this isn't that. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. And I think the world needs more of that again, where it's just like, I don't know, we weren't thinking, you know, like even we were talking about like the way people parent now, where it's like if my kids ever just like ran out of the house and were like, we'll be back, we're just gonna go, and
Yeah.
I'll be back at dinner time, we would be like calling the police, like where
You would
are
have
they?
to check,
And
find my iPhone, find my
all of
friends.
it. And it's like, I don't know, they'll probably just come home. They might be kidnapped, but they probably won't be, you know. And then I guess it's like until your kid gets kidnapped, and then you're like, why were we doing this?
Yeah.
Same thing with cigarettes. Like, well, we all died of cancer,
Yeah.
man. I do think that
Everything's fun until it kills you.
I think you guys
Yes.
are bringing it back though.
What do you mean?
I think that I think the generation between us, I mean, it's not a generation, but like a little bit
Yeah,
older than
yeah,
you, a
yeah,
little bit
yeah.
younger than me, like snuffed out cigarettes. I think like my age, there was still some stragglers. And then like that generation was like, we don't fucking smoke. This is crazy. It's like,
Oh,
money
yeah,
and
it's for
cancer.
sure
Yeah,
coming
no,
back.
we don't
And
smoke
you
with the
guys,
environment.
And then I think probably, I bet you it was like the invention of vapes
brought it back.
brought people,
That's exactly
Yeah, oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
this can't be that bad for you. Let me try smoking.
Yeah.
And now it's
no,
like
they
on
were
the
like, well,
rise
this is
again.
fucking
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
What's the better stuff?
Well,
Give
it
me the
is. I
cancer
bet.
stick, you
I
know?
bet cigarettes are better for you than vape.
I mean, there's got to be something bad about whatever that synthetic fucking.
Dude, I vividly remember I was young and dumb, full of cum.
Thought of you full of cum. It's disgusting.
Don't worry, it hasn't happened in a long time. Yeah. What's worse is the thought of me full of cum or the thought of me not being
Empty of
full
cum. Yeah. Young, dumb, no cum.
It was middle school, and it was like one of those times we like that era, not that era, but that time of your life where like Friday night you get dropped off at the mall, hold hands with a chick, kind of do all that.
Hell yeah.
I was fucking walk around
That was
Providence Place
awesome.
Mall,
So sick.
The best.
and
That's probably the happiest anybody ever is.
I agree.
When you're playing Little League baseball.
Yes, go off. Keep listening.
And then you go to the mall to like wear your coolest shoes
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
just be seen in them, and then you get like Annie Ann's, and then
it's like,
you ride your bike to your friend's house.
That's the last part.
You ride your bike to your friend's house and knock to see if he's home. And / can hang out. Sometimes his mom would be like, no, and you'd be like, all right, I'll just ride my bike home. I'm on a bike.
Is exactly.
It's awesome.
you don't control me. I have complete freedom. I have bodily autonomy.
It's right. You're old enough to do all that shit, but it's right before you are interested in drugs and alcohol and you are consumed by pussy.
Oh yeah.
And so you're kind of like chasing chicks a little bit. You have like a crush, you hold hands, but you're not like I have to fuck. And you're like
fucking was not
You
on the
stole
brain.
a swig of fucking some weird alcohol that you didn't even know what it was from your dad, but you weren't like we have to
You
get a
weren't
fake
picking up
ID.
at
we
12.
have
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's also a fun period of time. Is the chasing booze, like
Oh,
how are we
for
gonna get
sure.
it? That's fun.
Yeah.
But before that matters, it was just bikes, video games, sports. Still, it was bliss, dude. And you're just jerking off and empty a cum.
Yeah.
But so we're walking around Providence Place Mall. We're on like doing one of like the laps we have to go around to get to the escalator to go up.
Yeah.
And I walked by this thing where it's like e-cigarettes for sale, and I was an idiot, and I was like, "There's no." And it was like I think at the time they were still allowed to say like the healthy alternative to cigarettes or whatever the language they could use, and like I was like, "There's no fucking way an electronic cigarette
Is better.
is better than
I mean,
a regular cigarette."
like not having burning smoke has to be better.
Yeah, but
And I don't think it has some of the
it's
carcinogens,
like-
but it's
There
like,
ha-
it's got.
but
gotta
we're
be other
burning
stuff.
plastic somehow,
it's
right?
Like it's like Diet Coke. It's like all right, there's no calories, but the aspartame. No, that's what's it called?
Aspartame, yeah.
Is it?
Aspartame's
I thought
as
that was,
addictive as like nicotine.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever, dude. You know,
Which is confirmed. I was doing like a dozen Diet Cokes a day in quarantine. It was sick. Yeah, I was on my like 55-year-old housewife shit.
confirmed
also
in life.
those-
Anything you like to do
is
is bad for you.
Yeah.
Anything
Yes.
that tastes good, feels good, or is enjoyable is bad for you.
There is the what is it? I've seen a clip of one of those like food documentaries. I refuse to watch the whole thing. It's just like I don't know, maybe it was a trailer or whatever it is, and it was like showing like the brain lighting up with sugar versus like cocaine, and
same
it's like
shit?
it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, the same kind of thing. I'm like, I've done both.
It's not that. My brain.
They're fucking different.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
Oh,
one-
just get
one
a
can't,
Rice
like-
Krispie treat. It'll do the
You'll be
trick.
fine,
You'll be able to
right?
keep drinking.
that'll sober you up real quick.
What's
You
wrong,
can
man?
make dinner with your
Ain't a
girl's
Rice Krispie, bro.
parents. Just get a Rice Krispie treat. You'll sober right up.
Dude, the wildest thing I ever saw was, we talked about this before, but the kid who would like do anything for $5, whatever. We had a kid snort. It wasn't like a full pixie stick, but snort a
I've done
pixie
that.
stick.
I've done
Yeah,
that before.
You've done that?
Oh yeah.
We did it.
You've
like,
done
me,
that?
Oh, yeah.
Me
I've
and
done-
my
That was
my
like a
cousin
field
did
trip.
that just
Like,
for-
let's
Yeah, it was like a you're a pussy if you don't sort of thing.
Oh, we
Rather
had
than
just, like,
paying the
one
one,
kid
we
at the-
ostracized the one who didn't.
Really?
Yeah,
I'd
same.
like to hang out with that crew.
yeah.
Although I like being the bully too. It was pretty fun.
Dude, it was so
Snort it,
stupid.
ducky! Snort it!
But what was funny was that it was like we were young kids, very clearly being like, "This is what it's like to blow drugs.
Yeah.
Let's do it." You know,
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense, but it's like, I think our parents knew or were watching. It's like, again, they'll be fine.
Bro, remember smoking Smarties?
Yeah, that shit
Did
is
a
like.
pretzel rod once.
You smoked a pretzel rod?
Oh yeah.
You want to
Make
smoke a Smartie? Smoking Smartie
That's
was a
great.
great Internet 1.0 video.
I feel like I haven't heard smoking pretzels though.
I've never heard of smoking a pretzel, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that
just
might have
straight
been
up,
just
like-
a me original. Yeah. It was actually Pav's roommate.
Really?
Yeah, Pav,
wait, you guys know
Pav's-
each other, right?
Yeah, Pavs lives with one of my two favorite diabetic people in the world.
Who's the other one?
His brother.
A lot of Kool-Aid in that house.
Yeah. No, they're both What's the type you're born with? Type 1?
Type 1.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
it
both
sucks.
type 1, and it's not hereditary. It's wild.
Really?
Yeah, they're like a 1
I
in a million.
beg to differ. I don't know
I'm
who's what
serious.
doctor
They're like a
that
science
is.
fair project over there. But yeah, we used to smoke pretzel rods. Once,
So, do
twice.
Well,
guys-
you have smoke come
You're
out?
both Long Island?
Yeah, it would just burn pretzel.
Yeah. You want to burn pretzel rods, bro? Let's burn, dude.
We did one time. We had like we had a class field trip when I was in 8th grade, 2001. It was supposed to be to DC and New York. That got changed because of 9/11. Pretty disappointing. Really, really the worst thing that happened about it.
Yeah, really
And
sucks for you guys.
We ended up going
I'm sorry,
to
what?
we ended up going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania instead. Which is, I mean, that come on.
the
Yeah.
list
Dude, come
the list of victims of 9/11.
I'm on it, bro.
It goes 3, you, 2, the people who died, 1, the guy who bowled at 300. That guy got his life moment just snatched away from him.
Yeah.
But those 3,100 people or whatever, 2776
Everyone in the
chili.
bowling alley crowded
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You think, though?
Pipe down back there.
I've always been under the impression that he saw what happened and was like, I'm going to do something about this.
I also actually
I'm going to
think
go
Someone's
out.
got to stand up.
Today's the day.
this is the one.
Today's the day.
They don't let the terrorists.
Bin Laden doesn't win today. Today I break the barrier.
And actually, now
I'm
that I
done
think
with
about it-
290s, 280s. I do it. I bowl the 300 because we don't negotiate with terrorists. I always thought.
Well, now when I think about it, I've never talked about anybody else rolling a 300. So maybe now it's getting
Oh, I
its
got
due.
a buddy who's done
Yeah.
like 4.
I think, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I
His
think
parents
that,
own a bowling
that
alley.
like maybe for the last like 20 years, he kind of got the jam job. But now the internet kind of really started to pick up on that.
Yeah.
Now he's
Yeah.
got the most famous 300
Yeah.
of all time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So like you paid your dues, now you get to be the fucking man. So yeah, maybe it's the people who actually died.
Yeah.
They can have number 1.
They can have number 1. I can have 2.
But you can have 2. Lancaster, Pennsylvania sucks.
But so we're like so bored there, and one of these kids taught us, like, he's like, I know a way to get high, and we were like, let's fucking do it. He's a weird kid.
It's always a weird kid.
Yeah.
Like, figuring out ways
Yeah.
to burn something.
And he's like, you got to get an Earl Grey tea. And we're like, done. So we
Easy.
like that's actually great. I have some in my hotel room. It's perfect.
It's a
and,
delight.
and he's like, he hauls menthol cough drops. And we're like, all right, we got those. He's like, all right, I'll be in the room in a little bit. Comes over. I don't know. He's got an older brother, whatever. He's like one of those 8th graders who knows how they roll a joint.
Yeah.
And takes the Earl Grey tea in a joint. And then he's like, put the cough drop in your mouth. And by the way, we have like plastic bags wrapped around the
Of
smoke
course.
detectors,
Oh, the
fucking
best.
towels,
Under the door,
jammed on the
windows
door.
open, you're fanning it. Yeah.
And so we're sitting there, everyone's sitting there with Hall's cough drop menthol under their tongue, smoking a joint of Earl Grey tea. Thinking we're getting fucking blitzed, dude.
And you're like,
No.
yo,
So-
You're like,
feeling
whoa,
it, right?
dude, this is.
Are you?
Bro, your
are you
eyes
guys
are
like
so red.
Are you guys like confidently hitting it?
It's just totally the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
Or like
It is. I mean, it's the first time I ever hit anything, so I was not confidently hitting
Yeah.
it. I had one buddy who had an older brother. He was confidently hitting it, and then we were kind of passing it around. And I don't remember what everyone else was, but I was like, I was like, I was probably faking.
I mean, that's
inhaling.
got to be the, like, were you hacking up your lungs? Smoking
Yeah,
tea
that's
has
gotta
got to be awful.
Like I said, I'm sure I was fake inhaling. I might have even
that's
been
the
fake
thing. You
puffing.
probably- yeah,
like
yeah,
I might have been like, oh, because like at that,
Whoa,
dude,
so hot,
eighth
man.
grade, I was scared of like drugs
Yeah.
and stuff like
yeah,
that. I'm probably sure I had a sip of beer or something like that, but
Right.
I didn't start really doing anything until sophomore year and then junior year.
That I never looked back.
Yeah.
I had a buddy once who he went through a big gravity bong phase. Just like at his house, he would fill up a bucket and had a Gatorade bottle and he was down to like his last little bit of weed, and he didn't have enough for like to pack it full, so he put tobacco in and like mixed it up like a spliff. So he hit a gravity bong of half tobacco, half weed, and it like almost killed him. He hit it, and he came up, and he went down like a boxer hit him. It was like boom, 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 and he turned like his skin was like this color. He was instantly puking everywhere, and he was knocked out for like a day straight. It was amazing.
If anybody,
did nicotine hit him too hard?
Yeah, like just that much of a tobacco hit. I guess.
if anybody ever wants to recreate that feeling, there's a Saudi Arabian tobacco called Doha.
Okay.
And it's just like 98% nicotine, and that just happens to you.
Just on
We
a
picked it
regular-
up in college and like tried taking
How
bong
did you
rips
get
of it,
Saudi
and you just like
Arabian?
knock you just
pretty
your
awesome.
body just like hits the ground.
What was that? Sativa? No, that's a real one.
Salvia.
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 Bro.
I was the highest I've ever been.
smoked salvia?
For 3 seconds. I took
Wait, isn't
one
that
hit
the
of
one that feels longer?
So there, what we read on like the back of the little package is there's like levels, and the first or second level is called bursting. Like the first level
What
is
is
like
this? The fucking drug in 21 Jump Street?
yes. It honestly read like that. I think they might have gotten that from the back of the salvia because one of the levels was called bursting, and I remember we had like 5 dudes, and I think we had like one hit of it. Basically, we were kind of like sharing it, and I just remember being like zooming for 1 second, and my buddy going, "I'm bursting," and then like fucking crack fiends, we were like trying to get it off the table.
yeah.
Like, I want one more.
Wait,
one more.
you like eat salvia?
No, but we were just trying to like
Oh.
compile it together, and it was but it was literally like my brain just went like and then back to normal. It was
That's
wild.
insane.
And it was probably like 90% placebo at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Right,
it was like
right.
fucking, you just want to convince yourself of these things. But
Dude.
yeah, salvia had a moment.
You're talking about the nicotine
K2.
overdose.
Remember
I remember
the
K2 was
Walking
like I
Dead?
did Gerard Mayo, not Gerard Mayo, fucking Dante Hightower. No, Chandler Jones is like
He got suspended for something?
no, he didn't get suspended for it. It's like I don't know if it was the divisional round or the championship round, but like Chandler Jones like smoked K2 or one of those gas
Spice.
stations.
Yeah.
things. So, yeah, and like knocked on the door at Foxborough Police and was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with me.
Yeah,
Really?
And I think he played the next day, but I think he was traded.
Dude,
that
there
offseason.
was a stretch.
K2 was like damn near the only drug they warned me about in health classes.
I bet that because there was a phase early blog years, which was probably like if you were in high school. At that point,
yeah.
In New York, especially, it was like The Walking Dead. They called it. Like there was and the New York Post every day had like a story or there was video footage of people. It was almost like bath salts down in Florida or Crocodile.
Yeah.
People were like eating their
Because
faces.
it's
and, like, losing
real
their minds.
zombie like your limbs. But
And it was like I think it was just homeless people being homeless and high, and it was like I think they would be this way if it was any
Yeah.
drug.
Right.
But it was like it's the K2. I think like Bloomberg was probably making a big stink about it.
yeah, but that
But
was
it
the
was,
real
like,
big
this-
push. I wish
I
they
remember
warned
being-
me about like a bunch of different ones. That was one I never had a
There's a lot of
problem
other
with.
stuff, guys. A lot of other stuff.
No, but the nicotine thing, is actually at PC. We had a buddy, kind of like an adult kid who you pay to do stuff. We're like, and
Wait, no. Elaborate a bunch.
it was just like one of those kids who like. I mean, he was in college. It
the
might
guy
have been
who
a
does
sophomore,
shit.
might have been a freshman. We'd be like, "You want me to do that for money?" Like,
Okay.
We'll pay you. And
He
it
was
like-
also a student. I thought he was just an adult you paid
no,
to do stuff.
no.
We found him at the gas station. He gives
know,
us
one of those
rides and he does
adults.
shit for
No,
$5.
he was actually one of the kids involved in the Great Providence Piss Fight.
The Great Positive Fist Fight of 2006. Yes.
Legendary.
But he was a big nicotine guy, loved smoking, and we were like, "How many do you think you could smoke?" And he's like, "I could smoke a lot."
In one.
Like no,
Bang?
like in a row, like
Okay.
bang,
'Cause
burn it.
I had
throw
a
it,
friend who like
light up.
held like this, and he smoked like 11 at once. It was crazy.
the whole thing out. Like he finished them.
I think I'll text him right now. I think he put it kind of like a Gatling gun, and he like sucked it like a dick. And I just remember we were in Hoboken, sitting at Texas, Arizona, one of those bars where the path comes right off.
Yeah.
We were sitting outdoors, so like everybody who came off the path walked by, and he would just hit this like barrel of cigarettes, and he would just, and as girls walk by, he'd be like, "Yo, baby girl, you think this is cool? You think this is cool?" And all of them were like, get away from me, you ghoul.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's cool for us.
But this kid was like, we were like if you smoke a full pack, like one,
Yeah.
finish it. We'll take care of you. And so we go outside. I forget the name, what the one they were in, but it's like right by the quad. Like we stayed in the quad, and proceeded to watch this. I don't even know how many cigarettes are in a pack.
20.
20? Okay.
Yeah.
The smoke 20 cigarettes.
A fortnight of cigarettes.
back to back. And same like you were saying, like turn this color.
Yeah.
By like cigarette like 12, like shaking,
and you smoke it like to the fucking filter,
yeah,
like
to
all
filter,
the way.
and
Yeah.
then,
Another one.
And like it got to the point where, like we're lighting him for him because his hands are steady enough.
How much is this for?
It was for another pack of cigarettes.
I was gonna say this is for $20, which you bought another pack.
For $10 at the time, and it was only payable in cigarettes. The reason I didn't say, I said we'll take care of you. We told him straight up. He knew what it was. We're like, if you can smoke it all, we'll buy you a new bag.
Dude, that's like making a straight dude do gay porn and paying him in more dick.
Bro,
He wasn't even enjoying the original cigarette.
That guy is what it's all about. That guy's awesome. How old was this, by the way?
This
College?
is like sophomore year.
Sophomore
So,
year.
yeah, freshman.
I mean
sophomore year.
that is if there's so many things about life when you get older that suck. You lose, like, all these fun things fall off, but that never happens. So you can still go out and get fucked up. You can still go out and have sex. You can still travel. You can do like all the things. But nobody is out here being like, I'll smoke this whole thing for $20, man. And you're just like, yeah, let's do it. And everyone's like excited and cheering.
Yeah.
You just lose that. Did he get to 20?
No, we let him stop at like 18 or
But
something.
you gave
like
it
that.
to him?
Yeah, we got in the pack.
got in the
anyway. Like, dude, you're gonna fucking die. Like, you've taken 15 years off your life in the last 20 minutes, bro.
Him shivering.
That's unbelievable.
Bro, like honestly, not even that. Like, gray as Kevin's fucking shirt. Just the most, and he wasn't like a great looking dude to begin with. We were like, dude, if you get to 20, like you might not be coming back. You're just fucking Gollum for the rest of your life.
Started out as a normal hobbit, turned into Gollum by the end. That's amazing. So now, are you have officially started with Tim?
Yeah.
How you had the one
So-
episode under your belt, or how many?
No, I've produced his last like 5.
Okay.
So because I had to start. Well, I haven't been physically there for all of them,
Got it.
but he's got another kid in LA.
So
who
when-
can hit record and get me
Right,
the
right.
files.
So when
and
you say
help me
pro-
with
like-
other stuff when I'm not there.
when we started here, I don't know if, and I still don't really know technically. Like we use the term producer, and I think sometimes that means like editor, cameraman, technical aspect, and then there's the producer who's like, I come with like your list of topics and like shit. What is your role? Is it all of it?
All of it, yeah.
Okay. Because that I mean like
So-
that's these days. I think on like radio and shit back in the day, there was like the technical people and the producer people.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's all in one.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah,
coming
yeah.
to Tim with like, here's the current events. Here's what was in the news. Here's
Yeah, so I'll prepare news articles for him that I think he would like and
Yeah.
he would be funny talking about, and then
That's getting pretty high stress.
that I mean Tim is one of those dudes who is a very intimidating cat. I don't know if is it like
yeah,
that?
it's intimidating for sure, but
Yeah.
it's I'm
'Cause he
hoping
just-
it just like makes me work harder and
yeah,
blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think
But,
I mean he's Portnoy-esque in that regard, where I think a lot of people in this world say they don't give a fuck, and there's very few who don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I think Tim and Dave are both on the list of like, and not in a bad way, but they're like, I don't care about your feelings. Like, I'm not going to tiptoe. I will say that
100%
sucked, or you
and
fucked up, or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
I do see like similarities with him and Dave, but like I don't know, doing shit that way also like gets shit done.
Absolutely. I said a million
So-
times, like
I'm down to get shit done.
I'm always the opposite of Dave in like every regard, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
always tried to be like the nice boss, but like nobody. And I think we finally found like a middle ground here.
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
like, Frankie Borelli like never fucked up a video, and if he did, he like stayed till 4 a.m. to
Yeah.
fix it or whatever. And so I always said to people, I'm like, just don't make me be like that, please, because once you get old enough, you realize that it sucks. You have to be like, I have to fucking scare you to do this. You know?
Yeah. But so I'll do that, and then also just like coordinating ads and everything.
Yeah.
But then
Wow,
yeah,
man.
recording, editing the audio and video for his
Did he
YouTube,
text you?
Patreon, Apple, Spotify.
How did you find this out? Did he text you, email you, call you?
He texted me and said, "Can I call you?"
Were you
Oh,
like? I mean,
sorry.
you must have been like never. It's like he didn't apply or anything, right? So you
No,
were just
no,
like,
no.
What?
So yeah, It was funny. I think Sass has said it somewhere, but like right before his call, I went to Sass and I was like, "Yo, any ideas I should bring up?" Because I didn't think it was about getting a job. The phone call.
Right.
I had
Talking about like skit comedy or something.
yeah, I had been writing for a while, and I thought maybe he was interested in some of that.
Had you been sending him shit?
We had just talked about eventually trying to meet up and talk about stuff.
Yeah. See, that's why you got this job. You know? It's
yeah.
Like, kind of came
I
out of
think it
nowhere,
was
but it's
just-
like you at some point had a conversation with Tim Dillon about doing sketch comedy.
Yeah,
that's-
and he was just like, "Oh, okay." He's like working in this field or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, that was the pipe dream. Was I was writing a mockumentary that this dude would have been in. Hopefully, we could do it someday.
Yeah.
But yeah, the premise was like, you guys watch The Rehearsal at all?
With Nathan.
Nathan
yeah,
Fielder.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how he found all those people through like kind of shady Reddit posts and like
Yeah.
he kind of knew we'd get weirdos.
Yeah.
It would just be like a play on that with Tim Dillon like casting his reality show with just the 5 most fucked up people in the world he could find, and it was going to be you, Nick, Kyle, Sass. Yeah. Like, I think maybe your listing was going to be like a pull tab at the top of the vessel and stuff like that.
Vessels where, if you don't know, everyone kills themselves in New York City.
We'll talk about it all. It'll be fun. It can be fun.
So he just hit you and was like, "I need a producer, and I want it to be you."
Yeah. So it was just right place, right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's life changer, you know? In
Yeah.
like so many ways, from money to experience to opportunities. To
Yeah, it's bittersweet though. I wasn't gonna come in and get my shit unless you guys had me on today.
Really?
Yeah,
You
it's
believe it?
just like
Yeah.
Then it would have actually been in the memorial.
Yeah.
I know.
We would have just like put a like a red rope around it, you know?
Yeah.
You could throw some soup on it one day and protest if you want. It becomes a piece of art.
No, it's just hard because I
I bet, yeah.
obviously want to take that.
There are
take
there
it,
are
but gonna miss this place.
there's very few people, at least it's starting to grow in number a little bit, but there's still not a lot of people who leave Barstool. And then if you do leave Barstool, there are 2 people. There's the one person where it usually ended, maybe not on bad terms, but not great terms, and both are going their separate ways. And then that's a few people. The majority of people are they'll be back people, and I feel like people think you're one of those, you know.
I
It's
hope
like-
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
So.
And one way or
Be it
another.
in an official capacity or
Or you know what? I actually
Also,
hope
I-
you don't. Maybe I
Well,
hope,
no,
I hope
I
you go
mean-
on to be. But it's like you don't have to be.
Even if it's not here,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
we
know
can
what I
work
mean?
together.
It's- right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more in line with your guys' kind of path or
Yeah.
fields now than I was
Right.
here.
Right. I know.
So like, I'll
Yeah.
probably run into you guys
that's
more.
what's funny. That's why I mean I know at Barstool, like I said, it's like you get in your one silo and you just stay there.
Yeah.
And it's like Owen leaving might mean more Owen time. for
Yeah.
KFC
Yeah.
Radio, just because
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
So it's awesome, man. It's a great opportunity. I think
Yeah.
everybody's happy for you.
Thank you
it's
so much for having me on.
well-deserved.
This
Thank
was
you very much for coming
this
on.
was a bucket list at Barstool kind of thing, and I'm
Get
very
out
glad
of
to
town,
have-
dude.
No, dude.
It's so stupid we wait till the last day then.
I know.
It really is. It's crazy, but yeah, you'll be back.
Yeah,
We'll do more
some
episodes.
stuff.
Yeah, you'll be on more episodes of KFC Radio not working at Barstool than at Barstool. It's madness. This place is so broken.
Thank you, man.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be fast, so that's it.